Let's move on to step 4 of the presentation, and that's the taxation of Social Security benefits. So this area here takes a lot of retirees by surprise. You may be receiving your Social Security benefit statements, and the government is saying, okay, we're going to give you $2,500 per month when you retire. And you go, okay, that's pretty good. And so you retire and you receive the $2,500 per month for a year, and you go to get your tax return done, and you notice that you have to pay about $4,000 of taxes on your Social Security benefits. And you go, well, what's that all about? Why do I have to pay tax on my Social Security benefits? Well, what happened here is you've exceeded certain thresholds based on your provisional income, which is adding half of your Social Security benefits plus ordinary income, dividends, capital gains, and non-taxable interest together. And if you're past these thresholds that you see here for single or married filing jointly, then your Social Security benefits all of a sudden become taxable. Let me illustrate this in an example. So this gentleman here is a single filer with $30,000 of Social Security coming in and has $36,000 from a pension coming in. Let's suppose he wants to take $1 out of his IRA or 401k plan that's never been taxed before. For $1 out of that plan, it would drag 85 cents of his Social Security benefit to become taxed. And so $1 out creates $1.85 of taxable income. In this example here, I'm illustrating a 30% tax rate, and the reason I'm doing that is, let's say that he has 22% federal tax and another 8% state tax. Well, 30% tax on that $1.85 is 55 cents of taxes due on that dollar, which is an effective tax rate of 55%. So this is what we call the snowball effect in investment and income management. Here he thought, well, Social Security is not even taxable, but that Social Security is not only being taxed, but his investments, it seems like, are getting taxed at a much higher rate. We want to avoid this at all costs. I love this this joke here. It's, Daddy, what does IRS stand for? Income Redistribution Herald. All right, a little bit of humor into the workshop. I hear you laughing out there. Okay, let's move on here into an example of Social Security maximization. Oftentimes we get this question as to when is the most opportune time to draw Social Security benefits. And as you know, if you defer your benefits, they will compound upward past full retirement age all the way to age 70 at 8% per year, plus whatever the cost of living adjustment was. And oftentimes you'll go, okay, well, I'm going to defer my benefits as long as possible in order to get the most out of it. And you run these break-even calculations, and it's like, 17, 18 years out by deferring, you're ending up with more money. I think this is a very simplistic way of looking at things. I think what you also want to do is big picture planning to say, well, how much money do I have in my other investments? What other resources do I have? Because oftentimes, if you're not drawing Social Security, you're needing to use your own money. Here's a great example here of a couple. It's actually a case example. The names are Greg and Bev. And Greg retired from a large blue chip company, and his wife Bev actually was a school economist, not a home economics teacher, but she actually taught economics at a high school. And so she knew a lot about, Social Security deferring and so forth. Anyway, we ran this analysis for them in their roadmap to retirement plan, and they had about $1 million in a retirement plan at retirement. And so they're trying to decide if they should take 5% out of their retirement account, which amounts to $50,000 a year, and then draw one of the two Social Security checks, which would have been $20,000, because they needed about 70 grand of income coming in. The other way they can look at this is to say, okay, well, what if we took $20,000 from our IRA, less from their own money, but then started to draw both Social Security checks, or $50,000. This is what I'm what I refer to as my new car slide. And why I call it my new car slide is because there's such a dramatic difference in amount of money that they have to pay in tax in this example. So if they took 50 grand out of the IRA and one Social Security check, their federal income tax is $4,415 a year. If they take only $20,000 out of their IRA and $50,000 from Social Security, now their federal tax has actually gone down to zero. So the $4,415 a year, that could easily cover car payments for a full year. That's why I call it my new car slide. So in Greg and Bev's example, they thought it was best to draw both their Social Security checks and leave their own money deferred and compounding as long as possible. Everybody's situation is unique. Again, that's why in the end of the workshop, we have some bonus content as well as some complimentary offerings that can help you figure these things out for yourself.